On the news tonight, Ondo acting governor assures of continued good governance. Towards reducing mortality rate, group donates medical equipment to Unimed. President Tinubu orders probe into KWARA boat MISHAP, condoles government. And from the foreign scene, public hearing begins in the UK over mishandling of COVID-19 pandemic. Thank you for joining us on the news tonight. My name is Timileyin Falade. The acting governor of Ondo State, Lucky Ayedatiwa, has assumed office following the transmission of power by the governor, Oluwarotimi Akeredolu, who has proceeded on a 21-day medical leave. In a message to the people of the state, the acting governor pledged good governance, assuring the people that there would not be any disruption in governance. According to Ayedatiwa, governance is on course in the state as Governor Oluwarotimi Akeredolu has laid a solid foundation, noted that there is no division in the administration. He noted that the governor has always been a revered Democrat who has always demonstrated his respect for the rule of law. He urged the people of the state not to relent in their prayers for the governor's quick recovery so that he can sustain the atmosphere of peace and unfettered development that has been witnessed over the years. Ayedatiwa added that the goal of the administration will be to uphold and pursue the constitutional primary responsibility of government to secure the lives of the people of the state and urged residents to be law-abiding as the state government remains focused and committed to deliver dividends of democracy. Now, the Carnegie African Diaspora Fellowship Program has donated some medical equipment to the Center for Health Professions and Biomedical Education at the University of Medical Sciences, Unimed, Ondo. The donation is intended to help with training on simulation course on clinical medicine. The Vice Chancellor, Professor Adesegun Fatusi, while receiving the equipment, restated management's position in ensuring the institution is ranked as one of the best globally. Joy Pius reports that the state-of-the-art equipment donated were worth millions of naira.
The medical profession is one usually open to new opportunities and change. This has been seen over time with the introduction of new technologies to improve the health sector. Unimed Ondo has always placed emphasis on its resolve to key into ideas that will set apart its medical students from others by revolutionizing its educational system. The recent is its partnership with the Carnegie African Diaspora Fellowship Program for provision of simulation equipment to train more healthcare professionals to reduce high mortality rates of medical errors on patients. Simulations using mannequins are now considered as one of the most effective way for healthcare professionals at all levels to acquire practical skills before performing procedures independently.
How close to reality is the mannequin?
Delivering the equipment to the management of the institution, the lead trainer and facilitator of pediatric clinical care from Tulane University of Medicine, USA, Professor Olugbenga Akingbola, stated that simulation is now an integral part of medical training, adding that it provides the platform for skill training practice, error identification and mitigation, as well as create effective communication among medical personnel.
Medical education is apprenticeship. When we trained, we didn't have a simulation center, which means that everything that we knew how to do, we learned on patients. You will see that in that scenario, in that circumstance, any form of error can be catastrophic. So the advantage and the importance of a simulation training in medical education is one, for skills acquisition and practice, error identification and mitigation, and secondly, simulation itself provides a platform for formative assessment and also summative assessment.
In his remarks, the Vice Chancellor, University of Medical Sciences, UNIMED, Ondo, Professor Adeshegun Fatusi, who described mannequins as a lifelike patient stimulator used to represent real-world patients, said the equipment will aid the comprehension of the medical students in their training.
It's going to be extremely fundamental and important to what we do as UNIMED. It's so important. And we are not just doing this for UNIMED, by the way. We are developing a standard training that any Nigerian university or any Nigerian hospital can come and benefit from. So we are developing a formal certificate in clinical simulation as part of helping the Nigerian educational landscape.
The Acting Dean, Faculty of Clinical Sciences, Dr. Joseph Fatukasi, and Director, Center for Health Professions and Biomedical Education, Professor Kayode Oshungbade, said the provision of the equipment will help improve the skills of not just the medical students, but medical professionals, thereby reducing casualties in real-life situations.
It allows, an increase in the understanding of what you are supposed to do, and it covers every aspect of medicine.
This is the direction of medical education all over the world. In our own times, we were exposed to traditional bedside teaching, but over the years, clinical scale simulation has brought some innovations to medical education.
The training is expected to last for 80 days. Joy Pius, OSLC News.
The Society for Pharmaceutical Sales and Marketing of Nigeria has urged the federal government to implement policies that would promote and ensure drug availability and security in the country. The call by the pharmaceutical professionals comes ahead of the forthcoming induction ceremony and fellows investiture scheduled for Thursday in Lagos. President of the association, Tunde Oyeniro, in a statement, said the government should prioritize drug security by adopting policies that will provide an enabling business environment for indigenous manufacturing of raw materials for the local production of medicines. He noted that the country's pharmaceutical industry is faced with enormous challenges that must be resolved, adding that the association plays a crucial role in ensuring national drug security by safe medications to citizens. The World Health Organization, WHO, has called on governments, partners, and stakeholders to mobilize support at national and regional levels to invest in strengthening and sustaining blood programs. WHO Regional Director for Africa, Dr. Masidiso Moeti, made a call in a statement issued to mark the 2023 World Blood Donor Day. The Africa Regional Director stated that donating blood is an act of solidarity, stressing that becoming a blood donor will help ease the pressure on health systems and save lives. According to him, a blood service that gives patients access to safe blood and blood products in sufficient quantity is a key component of an effective health system, providing patient-centered health care and focusing on ensuring equitable access with the aim of progressing to achieving universal health coverage. He described World Blood Donor Day as an opportunity to celebrate and thank voluntary blood donors worldwide for their gifts of blood, stating that the day focuses on achieving universal access to safe blood transfusion. The immediate past Speaker of the House of Representatives, Femi Gbajabiamila, has resigned his membership of the 10th House following his resumption of work as the Chief of Staff to President Bola Tinubu. Gbajabiamila tendered his resignation letter today on the floor of the House of Representatives. The former Speaker, after taking a bow before the new Speaker and the members, walked out of the chamber amidst cheers and standing ovation from the lawmakers. During his 2-decade lawmaking career in the House, Gbajabiamila was minority leader, majority leader, and speaker at various times. He was re-elected to represent Surulere 1 federal constituency in Lagos State before his new appointment and was sworn in as a member of the House at the inauguration of the 10th National Assembly on Tuesday. Chairman of the ruling All Progressives Congress APC, Senator Abdullahi Adamu, has assured that the party would waste no time in sorting out those who will occupy the remaining principal offices at the National Assembly. Adamu, who disclosed this after a closed-door meeting with President Bola Tinubu, also disclosed that the process that produced the leadership of the 10th National Assembly had left the party with some lessons. He attributed the successful inauguration of the 10th Assembly and the election of the preferred candidates of the party into leadership of the two chambers to thorough consultations and giving respect to those who deserved it. He expressed belief that the leadership of the Assembly will do well and work with to meet the yearnings and aspirations of Nigerians. Former President of the Nigerian Bar Association, NBA, Dr. Olisa Agbakoba, has described the statement made by Senator Adamu Bokachiwa, representing Bauchi North Senatorial District, that he influenced the decision of his wife, Justice Zainab Bokachiwa, a retired justice of the appeal court, as a monumental disgrace. Agbakoba, in a statement, also called on security authorities to take up the matter immediately. Bokachiwa had in a video bragged about how he influenced the decision of his wife, retired Justice Zainab Bokachiwa. He urged President Tinubu to cleanse the system in a most fundamental process if he wishes to succeed. You're still watching OSRC News at 7. We'll take a quick break now. Do stay with us.
Iskini, báwo la ti fẹ́ sanwó ni? Farabalẹ̀. 1,000. We go wash plate tire o. Farabalẹ̀ now.
Madam, èló lówó wa?
Brother, na 3,005.
Màá fún yín ní owó pé káàdì Glo ẹlẹ́gbẹ̀rún 10,000.
Oh yeah.
Bring your phone.
Ha! 10,000.
1,000 naira credit. Now you dey turn to 10,000.
No. All of us don't know about Glo Berekete. Ní ìlọ́po mẹ́wàá nísìnyí.
Ṣé o ti gbọ́? Ìlọ́po mẹ́wàá ló máa gbà lórí iyekíye tó o bá rà sórí ohun ìpè Glo Berekete 10 times rẹ.
I told you. Na wa go tell.
Abwad Multi-System Hospital at Duekiti, best equipped hospital in sub-Saharan Africa, offers the following services at the main hospital and the annexes at Bashuri and Oduado in Aduekiti. Free antenatal registration and consultation for all pregnant women. Free registration, consultation and immunization for children under 5 years. Other services at discounted rate include open heart surgeries, dialysis and kidney transplant, brain, spine and total joint replacement surgeries, correction of deformities, full range dental procedures, out and inpatient services, cutting edge MRI and CT scans. For further inquiries, call 081-601-60011, 080-601-86037. Announcer, Chief Medical Director.
Upward, a vision in action.
A peak protein breakfast gets you up to a great day. How do I know? Because my daddy goes through his work feeling good and always with a smile. Mommy is always filled with confidence. My sister is always in tune. And for me, learning new things becomes absolute fun. That's because all day and every day, the peak goes on.
Start your day with a peak protein breakfast. Peak. Reach for your peak.
Glad to have you back. You're still watching OSRC News at 7. You can watch us live on our website www.osrc.ng or follow us on Facebook at Osrc TV, and on YouTube you can subscribe to our channel Osrc TV Ondo. After meritorious service in the workforce of Ondo State Government, Osrc's Director of Finance and Administration, Mr. Jacob Oluwafemi, is barred out of service, having attained retirement age. Amidst the comments, the management and staff of the media group celebrated the seasoned administrator for his invaluable contributions to the progress of the corporation. OSRC's Sahid Aribusala reports that the chairman, OSRC Media Group, Mr. Kunle Adebayo, described Mr. Oluwafemi as a brain box and peaceful being.
Arriving the headquarters of the OSRC Media Group is the Director of Finance and Administration, Mr. Jacob Oluwafemi, like always, every work day in the last 21 years. Since joining the service of OSRC on 11th January 1999 as an administrative officer, he has risen to the Directorate cadre, providing stability for operational success. In celebration of his meritorious service as he officially exits the service, the management of the Media Group put together a special event in his honor. The traditional setting of pen to paper to mark the official end to the service of OSRC and Ondo State was observed.
Okay, congratulations.
Followed by the presentation of gifts. For the chairman, OSRC Media Group, Mr. Kunle Adebayo, and executive management member, Sir Steve Alabi, Mr. Jacob Oluwafemi is a team player who contributed to the cooperation, particularly in the creation of a condition of service.
Madam, your husband helped us to set up a system of subscription. But there's a way he writes his reviews. It's watertight. I don't usually I say, have you done justice? Yes, do it. He has character to speak what he believes. And that is very rare in public service. For you to find people who say, look, I believe this, but he won't fight you.
During your time, you meet your mind. Enjoy your retirement.
Friends and family joined the OSRC Media Group for the landmark occasion, filled with farewell messages from colleagues who described Mr. Jacob Oluwafemi as amiable and inspiring to subordinates.
Give him any write-up. My program will painstakingly administer it, look at it.
He will counsel you and direct you where to go.
Somebody has done something unexpected to pastor. He will say,
high level of calmness, punctuality, writing skills, and attention to details did not skip mentioning.
The man who has shown a high level of calmness in discharging his officiality and also interpersonal relationship with staff.
In his remarks, Mr. Oluwafemi appreciated the management for the confidence reposed in him, his colleagues for their cooperation, urging them to stay dedicated on the job.
By the grace of God, I was able to put in my meeting, which by the grace of God, you are all rewarded today. So I want to thank the chairman of this committee for giving me this opportunity.
It's all about commitment. It's all about dedication. It's all about sacrifice. This man you are seeing.
The occasion of his retirement also coincided with his 60th birthday. Jacob Oluwafemi hails from Usho in Owo, a graduate of University of Lagos and a fellow of the Institute of Professional Managers and Administrators. Sahid Aribusala, OSRC News.
Lush Hair Nigeria has officially launched a new range of hair extensions with unique qualities into the beauty industry. Assistant manager of the brand in Nigeria, Damilola Agbola, at the unveiling of the product in Ibadan, the Oyo State capital, at an event to identify with stylists in the state, confirmed that it prides itself in offering quality and unmatched hair extensions to consumers. Omori Olakunbeji reports that this is the first time Lush Hair Nigeria will be in Ibadan live to to celebrate its end users.
Lush Hair Nigeria is a hair brand made in Nigeria to enhance and improve the game of African women. This first visit to Ibadan attracted a large number of hairstylists whose creativity, dedication, entrepreneurial spirit were highly celebrated by the brand. Brand manager Lush Hair, Retambara Kaka, said the essence of the event is to let the hairstylists know their global worth.
Lush Hair is all about hairstylists and all about the creativity what hairstylists put in behind all the beautiful hairstyles that are created. So this is a platform we are giving you to bring them out of your busy schedules. Come here, relax, network, sip, learn and connect.
To the assistant manager of the brand, Damilola Agbola, hairstylists play a major role in the growth of Lush Hair through their talents and creativity and need to be celebrated. While introducing the new range of hair extensions into the beauty world, Damilola Agbola maintained that the hair brand worked on the feedback from consumers to produce more quality, attractive, acceptable, and affordable products into the market.
We want to get to meet the people who actually push our brand, right? Because without hairstylists are key opinion leaders. Without these people, your brand is as good as dead. So it's a way for us to meet them, hear their problems, as you can see how the program has been going, right? Hear their problems and also show them what the brand has been doing, because it's so easy to sit in a box, not knowing that quite a number of things are actually going on.
She assured the public that more states would benefit from the organization's hangouts and opportunities. Some of the participants testified to the quality of the brand's products.
This hangout, I'm telling you, is a great one. We, the stylists, we are the end users. So we are the ones to give them the feedback so that they will know how people are patronizing them.
We meet people then, most of the things we did not know before, we get it. There are new products, we get it here.
High points of the event include hairstyling game, dance competition, modest runway, and panning session. Omoni Olahuniji, Osrc News.
The Central Bank of Nigeria has authorized commercial banks to freely trade foreign exchange at any rate. The authorization means that banks now have the power to sell forex at a market-determined rate. Reacting to the development in the advisory partner and chief economist of the PricewaterhouseCoopers, Dr. Andrew Nevin, said the unification of foreign exchange rates will impact the country dramatically by boosting investment opportunities in Nigeria. According to him, it will have a dramatic impact on the fiscal structure of the country when the country stops giving the dollar to privileged individuals. President Bola Tinubu has ordered a thorough investigation into the recent boat mishap in KWARA State, which reportedly claimed over 100 lives. He also expressed sadness over the accident which led to the death of some of the wedding guests at Egbo village in Patigi local government area of the state. The president, in a statement by State House Director of Information, Mr. Abiodun Oladundoye, urged the KWARA state government and relevant federal government agencies to look into the circumstances surrounding the boat accident, promising that his administration would look into the challenges of inland water transportation in the country to ensure the matter of safety and operational standards are strictly adhered to. And now to the foreign scene. Hearings are beginning in the public inquiry into the handling of the COVID-19 pandemic by the United Kingdom's government. The inquiry will examine the government's preparedness and response to the pandemic. Following this process closely are families of those who lost loved ones.
I know people that die from this, but I never thought for a minute it'd be my dad and my sister 5 days apart. And she died alone 5 days after my dad.
I intend to answer the following 3 questions. Was the UK properly prepared for a pandemic? Was the response to it appropriate? And can we learn lessons for the future?
Some of the findings, for instance, of exercise Alice, which was a secret coronavirus exercise, which government ministers never admitted had happened until we forced disclosure. Some of the findings were that we did not have enough infrastructure, so we didn't have enough PPE, we didn't have enough intensive care beds or intensive care capacity, and that may well have been a decision in line with the long policy of austerity, which has cut NHS beds over years rather than increase.
Donald Trump has lashed out at his political opponents and maintained he had every right to store classified documents at his home after pleading not guilty to 37 federal charges at a court in Miami. The former president claimed his indictment was another attempt to rig and steal an election and insisted that he is the only man who can save the nation.
Today we witness the most evil and heinous abuse of power in the history of our country. This day will go down in infamy, and Joe Biden will forever be remembered as not only the most corrupt president in the history of our country, but perhaps even more importantly, the president who, together with a band of his closest thugs, misfits, and Marxists, tried to destroy American democracy.
Just before we go, a quick look at the top stories. The acting governor of Ondo State, Lucky Aiyedatiwa, has assumed office following the transmission of power by the governor, Oluwarotimi Akeredolu, who has proceeded on a 21-day medical leave. We also brought to you by the Ondo State government is strategizing with stakeholders on the successful implementation of the second phase of the Energy Cares program in moves to sustain its leading position. President Bola Tinubu has ordered a probe into the KWARA boat MISHAP that killed over 100 people. The president also condoled with the government and people of the state. And from the foreign scene, you also heard that a public hearing has begun in the United Kingdom over the mishandling of COVID-19 pandemic funds. And that's the news. Thank you for watching. Good night.